Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. I'm so sorry for the delay, but today we are finally back with the last part of our Sri Lanka series, where we'll be sharing how we spent 24 hours in Colombo. So first we went to
It's
Bambala
right by the Indian
Pitaya
Ocean.
station to take a train to a beach nearby. So yeah, it was quite an interesting experience buying the tickets. The tickets are so different, and people there are so helpful because we couldn't figure out which direction we were going. People were just voluntarily looking at our tickets and like trying to help us figure out which train to take. So this is located right by the Indian Ocean. So if you're taking it from another place to Bambala Pitaya, you'll actually get quite a good view of the ocean. So yeah, this is just how the train station looks like. And yeah, and here's our train. So as you can see, the train is really crowded and it doesn't stop for very long. So you do have to be quite fast when you're boarding and unboarding. People were also quite nice on the train. They offered to take my bags, but I decided that it would be better for me to hold on to it by myself. So when we alighted at our stop, we actually have to walk on the tracks to like get to the beach. So you do have to beware of like oncoming like trains and stuff. There's actually a light signal that will tell you when a train is approaching. So just be careful about that. And yeah, it's a relatively common thing to do in Sri Lanka. So yeah. Also, since we didn't take the Candy to LR train, this train is part of our experience taking the train in Sri Lanka. It was quite easy, fast, free, and I would say quite a enjoyable ride. And yeah. And anyway, this beach here is not situated very far away from Colombo. We were there on a weekend, so we did see a lot of local families having fun with their kids, with their dogs. So it was quite an experience. We would we also went into like some couples doing their wedding shoots here, so very interesting. It was near sunset when we arrived, so the skies were really pretty. There was also quite a lot of like small restaurants, cafes selling like or like I would say closer to like beach clubs
And
selling
yeah,
alcohol. So we did like find one and like hung around the area. We boarded the train back after, but it was raining pretty heavily, so we didn't really film. So here's us at our hotel the next morning. So we actually stayed at Mandarina Hotel, a five-star hotel in Colombo City itself, and it was a really nice place. It was really clean and like had very good service and amenities. So this is just a room tour that we did. The room also came with like a balcony and we could see the train station, which is like the view by the train station, the Indian Ocean, um, from where we were staying. But I wouldn't say it's a very good view, but since there was quite a lot of construction going on, but it was decent. And clearly the rooms are pretty soundproof because here's where you start hearing the streets and the cars. But like honestly, we couldn't hear anything the moment we closed the windows. So the hotel also had an infinity pool that we had like the luxury of using. It was quite a small area but good enough, quite clean, pretty well maintained. And yeah, and it's really funny because from here we actually did see the sign for like the Golden Arches, aka McDonald's, and we were like quite excited to try it, only to realize that they are already out of the country. So yeah, that's jokes on us. So we also did sign up for a free walking tour with a local guide, where he'll take us around the Colombo city on foot and share stories and snippets of the history with us. So we are actually meeting him at Independence Square, which is this area, and it's a national monument in Sri Lanka, built for the
well,
commemoration of the
some
independence of the Sri
Muslim
Lanka from
couple
the
there is a
British rule
Moroccan square.
and
On starting
restoration
photo
of
they did
full
check, yeah,
governing
there's
responsibility to the Ceylon government. So over here we did run into a group of people with like a snake And as you can hear, it's like a very common scam tactic. And if you take pictures, they would demand money from you. So
Yeah,
like just be careful.
they
I
want to
wouldn't
do
say it's
something.
a very common sight in Sri Lanka, as this was like the one of the only times I saw it. But yeah, just be careful. So here the guide is actually taking us along the Vihara Mahadavi Park. I hope I didn't butcher the pronunciation, but he was sharing like different stories on how this used to be like a classic meeting point. And yeah, he actually just cut off a leaf of the cinnamon tree and made me eat it, so that was quite interesting. So he also shared stories about cinnamon garden and stuff with us. So these are things that I wouldn't have known unless I Googled it. Yeah, but that wasn't the case, and he was very, very informative. He even took us to like different temples, but I didn't film them. Yeah, but this was an extension of the temple. And as part of the experience, he actually took us to board like a local bus, and he shared that like all of these bus operates as private companies, and like people actually earns the access after giving a certain amount, a fixed amount to like the companies. The rest of it is like their profit. So that's why they are so aggressive and driving like so quickly. So very interesting information that I would have otherwise missed. So he was actually taking us to like a wholesale like market of sorts, and he wanted to show us like the extensive amount of goods they are sold and how clearly segregated like organized mess that this place would be. So that was part of the experience. And in case you're curious how the streets of Colombo actually looks like, I think this gives us a pretty good glimpse of like the order that it has. And I hope this helps break some misconceptions that people might have about this country, because it was really very enjoyable and I really genuinely felt very safe throughout. So yeah. Although I did miss being on my tuk-tuk, but we have already returned it at this point. Yeah. So our guide was actually leading the way and trying to take us to the very famous Greek mosque in Colombo. It's one of the oldest mosques in the area, so he just wanted to bring us there to check it out. So here is the route to get there. Yeah, then along the way, he was also sharing more information about what the different streets actually sell. So yeah, this is the red moss. So I would say the streets was like really bustling at this point. He also took us to the market just to get a sense of like what kind of produce are being sold. And yeah, if we had any questions, we could always direct it at him, which was very unique part of the experience. As like the previous few days when we were exploring these markets on our own, we there were things that we wanted to know but couldn't like communicate. So this was nice. Burning questions that I had, in case you were wondering, was there were a lot of pumpkins being sold like throughout our trip, but we've never actually eaten pumpkins in any of our food. So I was really curious, so I was asking the guide about it, but it was quite surprising. He mentioned that they see pumpkins as like something inferior, and so they try not to use it in their cuisines. So yeah, I didn't know that, and I really like pumpkins, so I was quite surprised. So towards the end of the tour, he also took us to look at like the train station where we ended, and he did give us confidence to take the buses on our own. So yeah, that's exactly what we did here. So we took the bus to like Gale Face Beach, which is located in the heart of Colombo. And yeah, it was quite a nice experience. We got street food from this store. It was something like a vadai, but I don't really remember the name of it. But it was nice to eat piping hot food by the beach and enjoying the sea breeze. So I hope like you enjoyed my Sri Lanka journey as much as I did, and I hope I help share some useful information for your next travel. So till the next video, bye.